Nathan and I have got a really busy day planned today. We have got classes this morning, we've got classes this afternoon. And I've just been getting him dressed for the day, and I was trying to get his vest on and it seemed a little bit small. This one is his new 3 to 6 month vest from Georgia Asda. This one is a really old newborn sized vest from Matalan. They are absolutely identical. It's no wonder this doesn't fit. He grew out of this one about 2.5 months ago. For comparison's sake, this one underneath is a Boots 3 to 6 month. Like, that is much, much bigger. And the poor little guy has been squeezed into these. I completely understand that different shops have got different levels of sizes, and that's fine because that's the same with every level of clothes. It is, isn't it? But I can't believe they were that different. Guess it teaches me for just looking at the labels. That's my chin. Every spare ounce of flesh at the moment is up for grabs. Our first stop this morning is the mum and baby group, which I am so excited about. Other than play with all the babies, which I'm sure we're going to do when we get there, the very first thing we need to do is go and get Nathan weighed. I remember reading a statistic a while ago that said by 119 days, most babies will have doubled their birth weight. And today, right this second, Nathan is 120 days old, so he's 1 day over, which means we expect him to weigh 14 pounds 10. He hasn't been weighed in weeks. I haven't weighed him since he turned 13 pounds. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see how much he weighs. I wonder if he will have doubled or not. At nap time for Nathan, and he's fallen asleep on the way here. But he's now had about 10 minutes worth of a nap and I need to get out of the car. I really hope we don't wake him up when I lift him out. Oh, he's been so bad at sleeping the last 24 hours. Normally he's such a sleepy baby, I wouldn't think twice about it. But today, I'm really not so sure. Really don't want to disturb him. But I really want to go inside and get a hot cup of tea. So, I think we're going to go inside. He probably won't wake up. Hopefully, I'll just be able to pick up the car seat, put it down onto the wheels, and wheel him in. And then I can leave him in there once we're there. I think that's the hard part done, but I do really wish that I put his wheels onto this smoother surface rather than onto here before I clipped him in. Don't wake up, sweetie. Oh, not quite. He didn't quite make it. So it turns out he's not quite doubled his birth weight. He's so close. He was at 14.4 pounds. Oop, step. Yeah, 14.4 and he needs to get to 14.10. So he's not there yet, and he was fully clothed. So he's definitely not doubled yet, but he's on his way. It's quite interesting though, because I spoke to about 5 or 6 other babies, well, babies' mums while I was there, who were all within a week of Nathan's age, and every one of them had doubled their birth weight. So you were the odd one out, but you were nearly there. But it's quite interesting, because well, I suppose that's how statistics work. The article I'd read said most babies will have doubled by 119 days. These babies ranged from 117 days to 123 days-ish, and they'd all made it, which is exactly why the statistic says 119. So mister, I've got a very important job for you now. You listening? You listening to the important job? You've got to have a nap in the car on the way back so that you can be all refreshed and ready for baby sensory. Just arrived for the baby sensory class at the guide hut, and the little guy in the back is still asleep, but he's only had 10 minutes. We're about 20-25 minutes early for the class, so I'm tempted just to sit here and wait, basically. Hope he stays asleep. I was half thinking that I might just kind of drive around town to make sure he stays asleep, but that seems crazy. Just as crazy as sitting in a car park. There's somebody in because the doors are open and there's cars outside, but there's no point waking up. If I pick him up now, it'll probably, well, it probably won't wake him because it didn't wake him earlier on, but there's no need for us to go in here, so I think the longer I can keep him asleep, the better. Last time I was here, Shep and I were going to dog training classes. We've not been to obedience now for at least a year, maybe even longer. I don't know, 18 months. It's been a long time since we came to obedience. Shep's still really good, he's still really obedient, but it's really strange being here without him. See, we go in that way and then in the little door there to go to obedience. The only other time I've been here, it was actually just before our wedding, because one of the ladies that I work with kind of organises the renting of this hall. So I spoke to her about it. I said we need somewhere where Chris and I can practice our wedding dance, and our house just isn't big enough. We can't get the length in we need in the house. And she's like, oh, you can use the guide dog. So she gave me a set of keys, and I paid for the sessions we used, and we just turned up as long as I think it was after 9 o'clock at night, whenever we wanted, because no one else was using it. And it was fantastic. It was really great just to be able to have that space and make as many mistakes as we needed to. So kind of sitting here looking at it now, I'm like, oh, remember when we could dance? Like, it's been 2 years since we did the dance, or 2.5 now nearly. It does make me wonder if we'd still remember any of it. Chris was so much better at it than I was. He picked it up like so quickly. I bet he still remembers bits. It would be really cool. If you guys would be interested in watching us trying to perform our wedding dance, leave us a comment in the comments. Yeah, comment in the comments, and if enough people request it, we will see if we can do it for you. I can't make any promises because I haven't run it by Chris, but it would be awesome. Oh, you'd love to laugh at us. I think even after we'd done all our practice, we weren't great on the night. Like, we were good enough and we were dressed up, and that made a big difference. We didn't like fall over each other or forget our steps halfway through. But we could have been more polished. But that's what happens when you get amateurs to learn a routine in like 6 weeks or 12 weeks, or I have no idea how long it was. It wasn't very long. I planned the whole wedding in 6 months. We said 25 minutes, and I've just decided to get him out in his car seat, and he woke up. You beat me, didn't you? I guess it's time to go in now. Crouchy pants. That seemed like a really good class. I think that I really like the idea of the sensory stuff. So there was lots of waving things above the baby's face, and lots of getting them to play maracas and singing songs, and there was a bit of baby sign in there, a bit of massage. There was loads of different stuff. But I just find them all so exhausting. Like, let alone the babies. I'm tired. Just the noise and the senses, I suppose. I don't know, it seemed really good. I don't think it's something we're going to go back to. It just clashes too much. So because we were out this morning and then we ran straight into this, I tried to get a nap in, and we did get a reasonable nap, but it was just too much basically. And what do you like the class we go to in the morning? So neaty. We're going to head home. He's now been up another hour, so it is nap time again, and I desperately need some lunch. I kind of want a nap myself today. What do you think? Are you going to let me have a nap? I've had such an awesome afternoon, despite being a pretty shit vlogger, to be honest. We got home, I put Nathan to bed. Nathan didn't want to go to bed. We spent the next hour or two deciding whether or not he was going to go to bed or not. Finally gave up, but he's not getting any rest as it is, so we're just going to pack up, we'll go to the supermarket, we'll come back, maybe he'll want to sleep then. And I sat down on the sofa for like 2 minutes to finish off my shopping list, and little guy fell asleep in my arms. He was absolutely wiped out after that sensory class. He just didn't want to admit that he was wiped out. And I didn't have the heart to wake him, so I have spent the last 2 hours with an epic cuddle that I haven't had in the last, well, probably 2 months. Like, we used to get really long cuddles when he was a baby, but once he started growing up and wanting to have his own space and play and look at things, he just hasn't wanted the same sort of cuddles that he did. But today I got one, and it was amazing. I savoured every little bit of it. He smelled great, he's all snuggled into me, he was lovely and warm, and I caught up on some Nashville. Anyway, we're now way behind schedule and we're off to the supermarket now. It's 6:10. It's nearly tea time for me, it's nearly bedtime for him. This is gonna go really well, I can tell. Anyway, I had a great afternoon, so I don't care. One benefit to coming shopping later is that if we'd have come earlier when I'd intended to come, I'd had to pay for parking. But now we've come at bedtime, I do not have that obligation anymore. Everybody's staring at me. It's weird. You don't care though, do you, baby? No? Do you like the wind? It's very windy. Why would I want less sugar ketchup? That's like defeats the object, right? Get the proper stuff. We're going away the weekend for my birthday party, and Chris and I have just been discussing how we're going to handle Nathan. And one of those things is he's going to come with us to the party, but he's probably going to have to come home earlier. Because of that, Chris is going to bring him home, which is great. It leaves me kind of free to finish socialising with people before I come home. But because the party is 150 miles away, we're not going to be able to take refrigerated milk up with us for Chris to give him when he gets home. Or back to where we're staying. So, I need to buy some formula. This is the first time we've bought formula, and I don't know what to do. Definitely don't want something ready done, just because it's easy. It's going to be a one-off, just might as well have it as not have it. But there are so many brands. Do I want Cowangate? Do I want Aptamil? Do I want SMA? How do I know what the differences are? How do I make a decision on this? Which one do you want? Do you want the blue one, the one with the teddy bear, or the yellow one? Which is your favourite? Because that's the only way I've got to decide. Can't see a difference, so we're going with Aptamil because it's blue. Nathan's a boy. It's the most expensive one. It's like 5p more expensive than the second most expensive one, but we're only going to be buying it this once, I think. So what do you reckon? Potluck? Should we choose this one? I don't see why not. That was some really obedient shopping. I bought only things that were on the list. I didn't buy any extras, which was really good. I unfortunately failed to buy 2 things. For some reason, Sainsbury's don't have frozen sweet corn, which is ridiculous. And their selection of teething gels is appalling. I wanted like a teething granule because that's what people have told me is the best thing for teething. I don't know what brand, I have no particular allegiance to anything. And they only, but I thought if I couldn't get that, I'd get Bonjela. I know personally that Bonjela has an effect, like on ulcers and stuff, so I kind of figured it would do for now, just to kind of get us through a little bit longer. But they don't do kids Bonjela, they only do adult only Bonjela, which is stupid. They had something called Dentinox or something. It's kind of the same thing, but I've never heard of it, didn't really want to buy it. And they had no teething powders at all, like no granules, which is really rubbish. And it means that I've come out with nothing. I was going to pick up the Dentinox or whatever that was, just so we had something in the house. But it's 6 o'clock now, he's going to bed in an hour, and he'll probably be okay for the night. Tomorrow I can come out, go to an actual chemist and get something good. I can't see that we're really going to use the one that I buy now. Before he went to sleep earlier, his cheeks were bright red. They're not flushed anymore, so that's got to be a good sign. Hopefully your pain's over for the day. Since I haven't bought anything yet, I would love to know what teething products that you guys recommend. Whether it's like stuff to munch on, whether it's granules or pastes or gels or whatever for inside the mouth. Let me know what worked for you. And hopefully we can help this little guy. It's only gonna get worse from this point. Right now though guys, we are rushing home to Daddy to go and do bedtime for this little chap, tea time for me, and hopefully we'll get to watch a tiny bit more of Guardians of the Galaxy tonight. Maybe a little bit more than half an hour. I strongly advise that tonight you make sure you guys are subscribed, you make sure you've got your notifications turned on, because tomorrow is Nathan's very first swimming lesson, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss it. Night guys, see you tomorrow.